what can be improved on in our community right now? From your point of view, at least.
Yeah, public safety is something I've really been harping on the campaign trail. And public safety consists of two things, right? You got your fire department, you got your police department.
Okay.
So let's talk about both. Fire department, when I moved here 19 plus years ago, we were a city of about, let me take that back. We were a town of roughly 9,000 residents.
Town was definitely a better
We were a
descriptor of
town.
that.
We were not a city. And we had 3 fire stations.
Okay.
And now we are a city of 50,000 people and rapidly growing, and we've got 3 fire stations. And every day, Noblesville and Carmel are making 911 calls into Westfield because we can't keep up.
Huh.
And then, as you know, in that business, seconds matter. If you need them and you're calling 911, you need them and you need them now.
Yeah.
And we're just stretched too thin. And we talked about, keeping up with the infrastructure and lacking a commercial tax base. It all really ties in together. We need, standard-wise right now, we need 2 fire stations. We need to be at 5.
Okay.
But each fire station, when you build it, staff it, and equip it, it's $25 million. And we've got to come up with the money to make that happen. On the police side, I think we've done a lot of good things there. We've kept up for the most part in terms of number of officers. There's 2 things, though, that I'd like to see change. First off, there is some technology out there, especially around tracking license plates and other things that you can do at light intersections that we have some capability of, but we don't have it integrated throughout the city.
Oh, you're telling me you're going to take pictures of me speeding now? Come on.
Well, I don't know if you heard about the Memorial Jewelry smash and grab.
No.
But it's going back a few months ago. They did a smash and grab, stole a lot of jewelry. And we tracked them. We knew where they were going, but when you don't have that technology at every intersection, it's easy to lose them pretty quick.
Yeah.
So anyway, so that's one thing. The other thing is too, unfortunately, school shootings is real, and it's something that we're dealing with, and it's not going away anytime soon. At least it doesn't look like it is. We're the only city here in Hamilton County that doesn't have an SRO in every single school building.
Really?
Yeah. And we have one, I think we have 2 in a high school,
Okay.
1 in middle school, 1 in the intermediate school, and then we have 1 that floats around to our 6 different elementary schools. But we really need to have an officer in every school.
Yeah.
Some could say it's a bit overkill, but I would argue
I wouldn't say that.
it just takes one incident and you're going to regret the rest of your life.
Yeah.
It's something you can't take a chance on nowadays. So I'd like to see that. Right now we have a partnership with the schools to pay for that head count 50-50. And certainly the schools have a voice. They can say no, they don't want that. But if I'm mayor, I'd be pushing real hard to get those additional officers added so that we can staff to that level.
Yeah. That would definitely be, something that's beneficial. Hopefully it's never something that we experience here in Westfield or Carmel, but
they have in Noblesville, though.
That's right.
They have in Noblesville in our backyard.
Mm-hmm. If you ever need a connection, I know a guy who actually, one of his companies is Kurt. You're welcome for the shout out, by the way. But they have some sort of metal detector that they're putting in stadiums around the country right now. And I think they're looking at putting that into schools too. So something to think about. But of course,
some of these
need money for that,
ones,
right?
Yeah, and some of these recent ones, it wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah.
When you look at the last couple of school shootings, it would not have mattered.
Yeah, because it's not the students that are doing
students
it, right?
It's coming from outside the school.
Gosh.
Yeah, in fact, the one in Noblesville, I think if I remember correctly, the student had stashed a gun outside of a door and had propped it open and reached out and got the gun and without setting off any alarms and came back in. So I'm telling you, there's no one size fits all solution to what we're seeing in society today. But you got to be ready for it. And can one officer stop it? No, but one officer can certainly limit the damage that's done.
Yeah, so, especially a well-trained officer.
A well-trained officer.
And I think that's something that Carmel and Westfield does really well. Is they have qualified people. They're not just grabbing for anybody.
We've got some amazing public safety personnel. In fact, in Westfield, it's something we're doing well. With all this rapid growth we've experienced, our crime rates have gone down.
Really?
In Westfield, yes.
That's incredible.
So our law enforcement agents are doing a phenomenal job.
Yeah,
they really are.
They sure are. What are your thoughts on arming teachers in the schools?
Yeah, I struggle with that.
That is a tough one.
It's a tough one because I'm here to tell you, until shots are fired, you don't know how you're going to react.
True.
And it's one thing to teach somebody to point a gun and pull the trigger. It's another thing to keep your heart rate at a level where you can function and not completely panic when people start shooting.
Yeah.
And I've experienced it firsthand, and I'm just here to tell you it takes a lot of training to get there.
I don't doubt it.
Now, I've had people ask me about why about a veteran, a retired veteran sitting in a class. Yeah, we might be a little bit closer to a solution there.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the right one. I still
That's
think
actually a great thought, though. A great way
It
to give
is.
retired vets jobs.
Yeah.
That's a really good idea.
that I've heard people. I've had conversations with residents about that. I still think the best place to put it is within the law enforcement agency
Right.
of your city.
Right.
Those guys are trained. They're tied in. They know, emergency procedures. They work together all the time. I just think that's probably the best place to put it.